The funeral is about to begin, sir.
By special arrangement with Avco Embassy Picture Corporation, Magnetic Video Corporation is proud to offer the following special video presentation.
I'm just a-sitting here at midnight, wow, 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 and I've been sitting here till noon. You see, my baby left me lonely. Yes, she did. My baby left me blue. Welcome, huge movie fanatic Nate stopping on by. Once again, it has been a long time since I did a LaserDisc showcasing, but I think I pretty much showcased all of the, LaserDiscs at the time I owned of the Phantasm films, the Avco Embassy one of the first film, and the MCA releases of the second and third Phantasm films. Those are the only Phantasm movies I own on LaserDisc until recently. I came across this one at half-price books, a little more expensive than I would have liked, but it didn't break the bank. And because of the holiday extended return situation, I'm debating whether or not to keep this. I probably will. Stopping on by to showcase the what I can only assume is the original North American LaserDisc release of Phantasm. As we can see on the back here, copyright 1981, Magnetic Video Corporation. When I came across this, I was like, yeah, it's a little expensive, but I'm a real big stickler for some of the most early and ancient, video, whether it's VHS or LaserDisc releases of titles. I got old-ass LaserDisc version of Jaws and Dirty Harry and Alien, and I'm a really big fan of trying to get the very first film-to-tape transfer of movies, and I can only assume, this being 2 years after the release of Phantasm, that this would be the original film-to-tape transfer of this movie. And I was really completely surprised, because that scene, which I thought was never on a home video release until the '95 LaserDisc special edition release that I'm pretty sure I also showcased, the one with the 2 autographs. I thought that was the very first time that missing footage from after the lights go out in that one, the white room, that glowy room with the 2, with the portal to the other world. I thought that was the very first time that footage, of the attack by the monster and, Mike attacked by the monster and the other shenanigans going on in mostly darkness. I thought that was the very first time that was seen. Turns out that bit, which is not in the Avco Embassy VHS or LaserDisc releases, it's actually on this version, which just blew my mind, because I'm like, oh wow, it was on the first LaserDisc release, and maybe there's a VHS that's the same thing from '81 on Magnetic Video. But I was blown away that part was actually on this, which is probably the very first LaserDisc or home video release of the movie 2 years after its release. I'm like, wow, that's really cool. If it's on this, why isn't it on the, Avco Embassy LaserDisc and VHS releases? That's really strange. Taking a closer look at the front cover, on the one of these top corners, we can see Avco Embassy Pictures logo. On the top center there, we can see red on black stereo with an asterisk, and underneath it we can read, it says electronically rechanneled for stereo. And when I was watching it, I was definitely aware of the fact that it was like, wow, it does seem like this is kind of stereo-ish, which I thought was really weird, because I would think, a home video release of a mono movie from 1981 would be mono. It's really interesting how they, I guess, kind of tried to half-ass stereo this LaserDisc release. It's really a kind of a cool LaserDisc release, and I didn't really scrutinize the stereo aspect of the movie very much, but there was definitely, before I read that on here, I definitely got a sense of, you know, stereo things going on, and you know, it just makes you wonder, like, who the hell put in the time and effort, and who even thought of doing that for this movie? And you know, maybe they were doing it for other movies on LaserDisc at the time, you know, the outfit magnetic video. But it's just really strange to me that a movie that I just assumed would be 2 years after its release, released, you know, mono, I can only assume, in the theaters, being a low budget movie in the late 70s, 2 years later on home video with this kind of electronically rechanneled stereo version is really weird. Back to the front cover, on this other top corner we can see Laser Video Disc, and underneath that Laser Vision logo. Obviously mostly front and center is the original, or portion of the original theatrical poster, which is absolutely amazing. Phantasm, a great painting done by whoever did it. On the bottom here we can see Roman numerals. Interesting, it says New Breed Productions Incorporated. On the bottom we can see extended play, and on one of these bottom corners, Magnetic Video, a 20th Century Fox company. Taking a look at the back, I've actually never seen the movie Phantasm with this font. Kind of reminds you of the video game Ghosts and Goblins, or something like along those lines. Phantasm in a kind of a, I guess it's supposed to be like maybe gravestone, purple gravestone rock kind of goings on. Phantasm in a purplish rock gravestone font. Abbreviated credits here. Once again, New Breed Productions. I would imagine that's 1979 Roman numerals. Avco Embassy Pictures once again. I really actually love the layout here and the 4 images that we get. Of course, the main, you know, one of the main things about this movie was the spear sticking your head and drilling into your brain and sucking out your brain or whatever. So that's shown there, and the classic image of Mike cutting off the fingers of the tall man. Oh God, there's another spear picture there. They can show the blood splurting out probably on the back. That would have been really cool. It was really interesting that they used as a 4th image there that black and white still that Mike finds in the antique shop of the tall man from, you know, years of old, long time ago. Just tall man looking all depressed and mopey, and that's kind of funny that they used that image. As we can also see there, abbreviated casts, pretty much the only cast in the movie: Mike, Jody, Reggie, and Lady in Lavender. As we can see, color running time 90 minutes, must be a catalog number 4066-80. The copyright proprietor has licensed the picture contained in this video disc for private home use only, and prohibits any other use, copying, reproduction, or performance in public, in whole or in part. There's a little sticker there that's stuck onto the thing that says Made in Japan. Got a little Laser Vision LaserDisc bit of information here. This LaserDisc is extended play. In this format, it can offer chapter search, scan, pause, and dual channel sound, depending on the recorded contents. Front and center on the bottom there, Magnetic Video logo. Actually looks pretty cool. I love these frickin' early 80s, just the designs for these logos in the late 70s, early 80s, just so retro and cool. Magnetic Video, a 20th Century Fox company. Also some important information here. When not in use, place video disc in jacket and store in cool, dry place. Looks like the disc was made in Japan, but this cover was printed in USA. Taking a look at the label on the disc itself, as we can see, we're looking at side 1. Kind of a cool early 80s layout here. The top of the label is white with the Magnetic Video logo, a 20th Century Fox company. Then this kind of reminds me of Saturn III, you know, that one logo for that one company in Saturn III where it gets all goofier, does whatever, like how this white kind of goes into the orange there. Reminds me of Saturn III. There's some company or whatever that is there's some logo or some crap on Saturn III, and it reminds me of it. Got the Laser Vision logo, which is just more or less the LaserDisc logo. stereo, although this is, fakery stereo from mono 2 years after that came out in the theater. That's just so weird to me. Some other important copyright warning information that we've already read. Catalog number, once again, extended play. Oh yeah, you can see on the bottom there the asterisk thing, electronically re-channeled for stereo. And side 2 looks exactly the same, except for a 2 is in the place of the 1. Hope you guys enjoyed this showcasing. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, we'll catch you on the next video.